Hello. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So today, so as UAV operators, we're all aware of potential dangers on the ground. You know, safety issues, tripping hazards, all kinds of different safety issues. So let's talk about the dangers in the air. As UAV operators, one of the things we have to worry about is manned aviation. So we're going to talk about how we affect manned aviation. So the FAA claims that there have been 25 incidents of close calls with manned aviation between unmanned aerial vehicles and manned aviation. So today we're going to talk about how the UAV should be regulated, because that's a really big number of incidents. So one of the first points that we're going to talk about is safety. So the CNN reports that just in the past 3 days, there have been 3 planes that have come into close quarters with manned aviation. So 3 unmanned aerial vehicles coming into contact with actual airliners. So and actually one of those aircraft was actually delayed because of a UAV, because they were going to fight a fire in California and they couldn't get right on target because of a UAV was flying around them and they didn't want to hit it. So it's important that we be regulated to avoid incidents like that. If they had, if the reason that it was an issue is because they were flying around in no-fly zones, obviously. This quote from Senator Charles Schumer, he's a supporter of geofencing, which is basically an application that is installed on the UAVs that limits them from flying into no-fly zones. And he says the FAA has to act, toughen up these rules before a tragedy occurs. Because if a drone were sucked into a passenger airliner, that would be a true tragedy. So I completely agree with him. We don't want anything to happen. A close call is one thing, but an actual incident, that would be terrible. So therefore, flying UAVs is going to happen. I mean, we already see private UAVs. We fly UAVs as operators. But it's crucial to do it safely so that we avoid any incidents. My second point of why UAVs should be regulated is to prevent further illegal activities from happening. For example, the CNET reports that a private drone, not very big, it was about 60 pounds, had crashed into a prison wall, and it was found to be carrying drugs, cigarettes, heroin, and even cell phones. So, therefore, I mean, if they can bring in cell phones and drugs, they can obviously bring in a weapon or anything like that. So it's important that we regulate those drones so that we can keep them from flying anywhere near prisons, and therefore we can prevent contraband from being distributed within the prisons and further endangering any of the prison guards or any other inmates that are in that prison. Also, so therefore, the safety of UAS needs to be better regulated. That's the main point, so that UAVs don't get damaged, that manned aviation doesn't get damaged, so that illegal activities aren't happening. So if we regulate UAVs through things like corridors or different ways the FAA is experimenting with regulating them, also with the, like I said, geofencing, it's an application that will be legally, that will obligate anybody who makes UAVs or uses UAVs to use them. And finally, we can avoid any of those incidents that we talked about, those close call incidents, and as well as keep prisons safer, any type of areas safer, and also keep further manned aviations from crashing. Furthermore, safe flights mean opportunities for us. So if we're going, if we fly safely, then we can have more opportunities to further explore anything else that we want to do in aviation. So anything we want to do with UASs, I should say. Thank you.